question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay, won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it, I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Calling me royalty. Say I'm safe just 'cause I broke all the cages. No, I didn't take it. No, no. There are people that I guess they'll never learn. Every time I break, there's just more pain to burn. They'll never, never, never learn. Till the battle's won, still kingdom come. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, calling me. They'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be
Have me to thank for this.
calling me royalty.
What's going on, folks? Will Stewart here with another late night THFC rant show. We got a lot of rants about tonight. That's for sure. Let me get a little bit of water before we go into this one. Gotta protect the vocal cords. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. Look, I mean, today's match was everything that I thought it would be if we played in a back four. I mean, there's been a lot of walking things back today online. I don't know if you've watched the brevity of post-match shows and watch-alongs and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's been a lot of people were like, look, you know, and look, let's set the record straight here, right? Let's set the record straight. It's not even that they were saying, if we sign new players, if we sign, you know, if we get the right people, and if we, you know, train and we get the right personnel, then we can go to a back four. No. Don't make me pull up the receipts. You are out there saying we need to try a back four now, right? When we said we don't have the players to play that system, you told us we were wrong. This isn't if everybody's fit and we have Emerson Royale and we have Ben Davies at left back, and then, you know, we buy this and we buy that, then we can do a back four. No. You said we should try it now. Why not? Right? When we switched to back fours in previous games to try to win back leads, we told you, see, it doesn't work. And you said we need to start the match that way. There you go. But you'll continue. Why are we going after other fans? Why are we saying this? Because you came at us. You said our opinions were stupid. You said we were dumb for not wanting to try something new. Conte needed to go. We need to play four at the back. Well, guess what, folks? This is what you get. And don't make me go and get the receipts of all of the things that were said and make a compilation video about it. Don't make me do it. Just own it. Own what you said. Own the fact that you were wrong. You say, you know what? Will, Stell, Bob, Mari, Alex, THFC, everybody who said that four in the back will not work, just say they were right. Just be a man. Grab your sack and say, you know what? They were right. But let's look at the comments and see what people have got to say. Some of the comments from people that were waiting. And see what we got here. Let's go all the way back to the top. Plenty of that. Love the picture. That's right, man. Conte has got to be sitting in Italy right now, just laughing his ass off. Play back four, they said. Here we go again. Big up, Ryan, member. If you want to join a membership, click the join button. Become a member. We've got memberships all the way down from the Levy level. If you want to be like Dr. Evil himself, sign up for that 99¢. If you want to be better than Daniel Levy, sign up for one of the higher tier ones and get yourself heard. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We got 75 people watching live already. This is going to be a fun one tonight, folks. I can already tell. So make sure you smash that like button. Share the link out with your friends. Subscribe to Tottenham Way 2. We are the ones always, who are sitting there calling as it is, whether we get crap for it or not, whether we get hated on, lied about, slandered, abused, we tell it to you straight. Unfettered, uncensored, unfiltered, just the facts. So make sure you smash that like, make sure you hit both the subscribe button and the share button as well. Let's get back into this batter. Big up everyone, big yourself up. Jazz Fusion, get the popcorn out. That's right. Popcorn time. Shaquille's in the house too. Can't wait for tonight's show. We're here now, buddy. No more waiting. Rob, big up Will. I wonder if Bob has stayed awake. If he has, big up. I think so. He asked me to send him the link. I sent it, but he may be taking a wee or something. But we got plenty of people in the back. That's right, Shaquille. Where are they? I don't know, man. I don't know where they are. But where are the Levian merchants? There's a bunch of them, man. Look, a lot of them walked it back today. So fair play to that. Fair play to that. Look, we don't hate you as people. Well, not all of you. Some of you maybe. But we don't hate all of you as people. So if you're willing to come to the dark side,
Come to the dark side of the Force.
we will welcome you with open eyes and open arms and open ears and all the things that are open. Who else we got here? Who else haven't I shouted out? LA 007, evening, everyone. Big yourself up. Big up TJ. What's going on, my man? Hope you're doing well. Anthony LaFleur, big up yourself, my man. Let's see. Let's count down on YouTube. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Who else we got here? There's the link to the chat. If you want to join the stream, just click the link. It's pinned to the top. You can come on and have your say. Only 2 requirements. 1, that you're wearing trousers or pants if you're in the US. And 2, you don't use any racial slurs. What else we got? M Spurs, LOL. Eric, ha ha ha. Let's see. That's right, man. Plutus, big up Plutus. At least the other channels who've been silent for a long time are starting to call him out. Big him up. I'll give him credit for that. We got that. Where are the Conte outfounds out now, clans? I know, man. I don't know where they're at, dude. They're hiding. They're in the woods. They are in the woods, in the mud. Just watching. I watched them back today. Couple of different channels that I normally don't watch, just because I wanted to see their reaction, and it was just so funny. You know, the amount of crying that was going on. The salty tears, Conte outers, and back 4 merchants. Tastes good. Tastes good, really does. Love of specs. Thank you, Jazz Fusion. These are my Da Vinci's. I collect sunglasses if people don't know. And watches. The watches tonight. God tier, Casio. Get you one. It's only $100. One of the best watches of all time. Even people who own $100,000 watches, everybody's got to have a Casio, man. You got to get yourself a Casio. Let's see. Keeks in the house. Big up Keeks. Facts Will, they are backtracking and changing narrative so hard today, dude. It's shift the goalpost, man. Look, just own it, man, when you're wrong. I do. I've been wrong before, believe it or not. Doesn't happen often, but it's happened. I own it. You can own it too. Be a man. I got my Rocky Balboa hat on today. This is not a flat cap. This is the Rocky Balboa one. Because I got to come out like Rocky tonight, you know. Adrian! Don't play it back 4! And then we got Che Lovera. We can sign Mbappe. Yeah. Scott M's in the house too. Who else we got? Terry Wright's in the house. Big yourself up, my man. Who else we got? VJM, big up. Grumpy Grandpa, big up. Muhammad Riyadh, big up. Jamie Git, long time no see, man. Ron Gogama, 안녕하십니까, 고구마님. 와서 반갑습니다. And Bob Spur TV's in the house. We'll be on live in 5. Still calls in the house. Yeah, the next person is going in the bin. And then, because that's a person I don't like personally. Let's see. Orshi, big up, my man. J Co's in the house. 안녕하십니까. Yeah, dude. I'm hardcore. Brian McGuire's in the house. Great show, Will. Big yourself up. Man Patel and Panga. Always Panga. Big up, Gogama. You're the best. So let's start bringing in some of the guests since we've gotten to the bottom of the comments. And big up the guy with the who became a member while we were waiting. New membership here from Presero Computer. You guys can become a member too. There's a join button. Or if one of them, I guess one of the mods can't do it, I'll throw the join link in the chat here in a minute after we start bringing the guests in. But we've been live 18 minutes already and haven't brought them in, so let's get everybody into the show. And let's see here, who do we want to add first? It makes me want to get your old song back, man. But this one's kind of fitting tonight because it's kind of got that I was right vibe to it, doesn't it? This intro's got his I was kind of right vibe to it. The guy who muds the wrongins every chance he gets. All the people in the chat, show your love from my brother from another mother, my partner in crime, Stelios Tritos. What's going on, my man?
How you doing, Will?
How you doing?
My God.
How's your day been since the watch along earlier today while I took a nap for the second half?
10 a.m. I watched my team lose the first round of a cup game 2-0. So the second round, the way this competition works was we had to win, and we had to win more by what we lost. So in the second round, which kicked off at 11, we won 4-0. So we got the job done. And we actually played really, really good. Okay. I then rush home, have a shower, grab something to eat, set up the laptop, get ready for the stream. We had Strasbourg Steve, big up to Strasbourg Steve, Newcastle fan.
Big up, Steve.
He came on, and literally, I swear on my life, everyone go back and watch the Tottenham away live stream today. 2 minutes or 1 minute before kickoff, I said to him, I'm really worried about this selection, because if we're going four at the back and the partnership is Dyer and Romero, Dyer is awful in a two-man centre back back four, and if Porro and Perisic, who are wing backs, are now going to be converted into left and right backs where you have to defend more, they can't defend. This is not good. So I said to him, I think we might be playing with a back three with Pape Sarr dropping into the back three. But if Pape Sarr is in a back three, I think that's crazy. So we had this conversation and he agreed. This was just before the game kicked off. You can go back and watch it. The evidence is there. Within 8 minutes of the game starting, the game is over. And by 20 minutes, it's the worst performance I've ever seen from Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, ever. I've watched us lose 5-0 to Liverpool at home. I've watched us lose 5-3 to Man United at home when we were 3-0 up. I've seen us lose to Man City, who were down to 10 men when we were 3-0 up and they beat us 4-3. I've never in my life seen Tottenham 5-0 down with only 20% of the game gone. It was a fucking disgrace. And whatever
100%.
anyone says to me, I don't want to hear any more bullshit from any more fans. It's not Jose's fault. It's not Poch's fault. It's not Conte's fault. They all told us what was going on in this club, whether it was cryptic messages or they just came out and say it. And Antonio Conte and Jose Mourinho, two elite managers, if you as a fan can't trust them and the decisions they make tactically on a match day, who are you to question them and tell them how they should set up a team when they are two of the best? This back four, this being inflexible, this not giving other players a chance is a fallacy. What we saw today was everything we've been discussing. I'm not having a go at fans and I'm not attacking any of you. All I'm asking you is this. Now you've seen it with Conte, now you've seen it without Conte, and now you've seen it with a bit of rotation, and now you've seen it, how this board makes decision. If you aren't Levy out now, stop supporting Tottenham. Just don't do it. That's it, Will.
That's good. But the fans want to know why your internet connection is as shit as our back line. That's what they want to know.
Because Levy's trying to cancel me. Daniel Levy is trying to cancel me. He wants me gone. Look, man, Will, honestly, I mean it when I say this, yeah? Regardless of all this Conte in, Conte out, Levy, Enid, fans this, fans that, I have to say, even as a football player, as a human being in life, for you to not put up some kind of fight. You saw when Arsenal went to, let me give you the perfect example. You saw when Arsenal went to Anfield, Arsenal were shitting all over Liverpool. They were tearing Liverpool to pieces at Anfield. Unthinkable. Nobody goes to Anfield and does that, except elite teams like Real Madrid. Arsenal were kicking, battering, abusing Liverpool. So what did Liverpool do? They started getting ugly. They started putting the fouls in. They started winding up players, sucking them into a physical battle on the pitch. And they psychologically turned the game because Liverpool put up the fight. I never once saw today our players at any stage put up that kind of a fight when the game was slipping away from their hands. Turn the game ugly. Do something. We did nothing. I've never seen ever in my life Tottenham do that in 20 minutes. Well, never. Today was one of the worst, if not the worst I've ever seen from Tottenham. It was a fucking disgrace, man. 100%. People use that word disgrace when you're angry. I mean it. That was a disgrace. It was
no, I mean, because look, if even if we would have lost 6-1, but it would have been spread out over the entire match, 15, 20 minutes apart from each other, it would be a little bit more power. It would have still been bad, but 5 inside 20. I mean, look, to get all of the happy clappers and their crying and tears. I didn't even have to watch videos for very long because it all happened right in the first 20 minutes. It was the easiest thing to go find out what everybody thought about the back four ever, because it was literally put it on 1.5 speed and watch the first 20 minutes of each stream. It was easy. Thank you, Tottenham, for making it easy to prove the point the back of the four doesn't work. Let's bring in the next guest in the back, somebody who's not a Spurs fan, but look, I'm willing to take. Look, I'll banter us with you tonight, man, because what we saw today was absolute garbage. But this guy's not garbage. A fellow American with no ball knowledge because we're American. TJ Warren is in the house. Everybody in the stream, show your love for TJ Warren.
TJ, before you speak, can I just do one thing very quickly? I don't want to steal your thunder. I just want to give a massive big up.
He can't stop himself because his mic's muted.
Go ahead, Sal.
I just want to give a massive big up to Brandon Victor Dixon in the chat.
Yeah, big up. Super chat.
He came on our podcast once. He's
Jose
a fantastic actor, Jose fan. But Brandon, you got to come back on our show one day, bro. Come back on because we had great fun with you, man. So big up.
And Brandon, we remember we were the only ones who weren't Jose out back in the day, right?
We backed Jose, man. We backed
Jose. I backed Nuno. I was the only one. I sailed alone on that ship. The only one that didn't want Nuno out. Didn't want Conte out. Didn't want Poch out. I'm done with the blaming the managers. But TJ, what are your thoughts as a rivaling fan on today's outlook? And were you shocked? Like, as bad as we have been over the past couple of months, were you shocked at today's result?
No. I was shocked at how quickly it happened. But I was not shocked at the goal difference. I was predicting a 4-1 to Newcastle. But, you know, I don't really have any room to crap on you guys at all because we drew to Southampton at home.
Yeah.
So
and I got a nice bottle for you guys.
Yeah. So just to
is your mic okay? Is it me?
It's a bit high, that's why it's clipping.
Is it clipping?
Oh,
Here,
okay.
do I need to step back a little bit?
Yeah, or just kind of push it in front of you a little bit too.
Okay. Yeah. So is that better?
Yeah, speak over the top of it. That'll help.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. So we had. I'm here to support North London Bottle Job FC, and I think that can go for both of our clubs. Still, you called it, and I'm so angry. You know, I was sitting at the bar watching that game, and then Stell comes over the team chat and goes, "This is going to be 3-3 after we came back with one goal." I don't mean to switch this to an Arsenal, but Stell was right should probably be one of the taglines for this stream because he called it 3-3 after we came back. So, yeah, but going back to Spurs, no, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I just think that, you know, I had Eugene on my stream earlier. He came on my stream. It was 4:30 in the morning. He was still fuming. But I asked him, I'm like, you know, what's the best way to fix Tottenham Hotspur Football Club? He goes, burn the stadium down, start over.
That's right. This is the best thing. Yeah, the best thing to fix Tottenham Hotspur is, these things.
Yeah,
we got another $10.
I think I just fixed it.
Big. There you go. Big $10 super chat in here for Brandon Victor Dixon. Again, you guys are the only members of the fan base I still respect. Definitely need to join y'all again soon. It was a pleasure. As is reality being forced upon the Spurs fan base in this brutal fashion. Well, big up, Brandon. You know what, Stel? You know what gives me why I keep fighting the good fight? It's because a lot of people say that, dude. You know that? Like, there's a lot of people that shit on us. We get a lot of heat. We get a lot of crap. There's a lot of people that come in and be like, you guys are the only ones who call it, the way it is. Our group, right? The group that we haven't been ostracized from, us, Mari, Bob, all those guys. That group are the only ones who tell it like it is. Speak truth to power. The happy clappers. You know what I mean? So we get respect for all the crap that we get. We do get respect. But let's bring in the next guest on the night. I just mentioned his name. And everybody, where's the button? Why is it taking so long to load? I hate technology. I don't know why it's burping like that either, but he may be, I don't think he's going to be burping tonight. I don't know. I don't know what he ate. But everybody in the comments, show your love for Mari from that Spurs. Now just Mari Spurs. What's up, Mari Spurs?
I felt like I've been on streaming all day. I have.
Stress.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys can do it, dude. That's why I take a break because I got to save my energy for my show. I find that when I go on other shows before my show, it's almost like I've said everything that needs to be said, and I've the energy's not there. It's just not as good, I think. But I'm here now, so.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts, real quickly? I got 4 other people I got to bring in.
Also want to say, Josie to irritate Scott. But I think you guys mapped it all up, and people see me in the streams earlier before. The worst loss, because the loss to Liverpool in Champions League final was heartbreaking. This was not heartbreaking. This was, for me, since I've been rooting since Juan de Ramos, this is the worst loss ever for me as a Spurs fan. And for it to happen, 5 goals within 20 minutes, I don't think that's ever happened to any other Premier League club where it's.
I think it's the second worst start in Premier League history. I think there was a worse one. Somebody said that. I haven't checked the data myself, but it's close.
Yeah, 5-0. Yes, I've from top to bottom just disgusted with the club, and it's kind of hard to see hope. Really is. And you got new teams coming to Newcastle, who pumped us today. They're going to be in there. Villa, Chelsea will be back. Trust me, I believe they will be back. Liverpool will be back. I'm telling you now, man, we're at the crossroads. We're at the crossroads as a club, and it's not looking good. I'll just leave it at that.
So I'm going to restart this because I got the drop. The drop is early on this one. But the next guest for tonight is all the way from the land down under. Definitely wasn't a Conte outer. Definitely wasn't a back four merchant. Everybody in the chat, show your love for Shane B.
Yo, everybody, how we doing?
Doing good, Mr. Shane. What were your thoughts on yesterday's game for you?
They broke me, man. It's the first time ever I turned it off and went back to bed.
Wow.
It was, first time ever. I've seen the shocking games, as Stel said, that that defeat by Liverpool. But man, that was just 5-0 off. Couldn't handle it. And to those who say we needed to play back four, jog on.
Jog on is right. That's the only thing that we can say, man. Like, I mean, I just look, and there's a comment that I've starred that we'll bring up in a minute once we get everybody in. But I just don't understand why these people just continually deny, everything that they that they try to do,
I was never Jose out. I was never Conte out. Nuno, I was Nuno out because I but man, we got shown up tonight or last night for me.
Yeah. But let's bring in the next guest. Today, where's he at? TJ's got company. The man with the Rolex. The Rolex. Everybody in the comments, show your love for Minerals at Sea.
All right.
Yo,
I mean, we represent the red side over here, in Islington, but fair enough. We even own your area, Will, and stuff like that, but it's all right, man. And up the Minerals FC. The wrong'uns were in the wood today, mate, and it's not nice for them.
It's not nice for them at all. What are your thoughts, though, man? Because last time we had a show, I think we talked about the situations that need to happen for Arsenal. It's out of your guys' hands now, right? You gotta hope Man City drops points now. Even if you win at the Etihad, you gotta hope that they lose a match, or they'll still finish ahead of you. It's out of your hands now.
It's out of our hands, man. You should have won against West Ham and Liverpool, man. You should have won, man. But anyway, so the game today, Spurs were flaccid, mate. That's what I can say. As kids, no, not men, mate. They were flaccid as non-teenagers, as I said. 5 goals in 20 minutes, mate. I mean, as I said, Newcastle massacred you after 20 minutes. That's a massacre, mate. It's not a battering. It's a massacre, mate. You know what I mean?
No, I know what you mean. I definitely know what you mean. For sure. But we got 1 or 2 more guests to add to the show. One of my favorite guys out there. Making a special guest appearance on Tottenham Away. You guys know him and love him. Bob Spur TV's in the house. What's going on, Mr. Bob?
Hey, Bob.
Okay.
Hey, Bob. Big up, Bob, bro.
There you go. There you go. Tottenham away. Casual racism, man, never fails. Tottenham away. Yeah, man.
Man, big up Bob Spur, man. Another Minerals.
I was
general.
actually playing that before I brought you on, but I didn't click the button that put it into the stream because I was trying to find it. But
That's too good, man. That's
all
too
good.
good.
Yeah. Happy times, man. Happy times.
Happy times.
happy times for the happy clappers. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, happy times, mate. They got what they wished for, man. The Romans are in the mud, Bob.
Conte out, man. Conte out. Yeah, Conte out.
Conte out,
Things are gonna get better. Things are gonna get better. with
Conte out, back
Conte out.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Conte out.
And they're saying play Spence, by the way. 3 good Spence. That was what I was hearing for that now.
Free Jet Spence. But
logical thinking. Will you get rid of a good manager, one of the best managers out there, and you expect to get better? Come on, man. Come on.
well, but Bob, that's the exact same logic they're using for the back 4, right? Well, we can't where do you think if we can't defend with 5, how on earth is it going to be better with 4? If we're conceding 3 with 5, how are we going to not concede 5 in 5 minutes with 4?
Exactly.
Like the logic.
Unreal.
But we're going to sack a world-class manager and things are going to get better if we could. No, like these people.
It doesn't make sense.
There's so much
they're
empty
daft,
space in between their ears.
They haven't got the minerals, Bob. They haven't
Not
got
even
the
about minerals. It's about matter. They don't even have any brain matter up in there.
Logic, reality.
No logic whatsoever. Bob, this is a perfect analogy to further Will's point. Like if you can't drive a Mini Coupe, how do you expect to drive a Ferrari? That's the perfect analogy to explain.
100%, 100%.
But we got one more guest to bring in for the show today. He's not wearing an Arsenal shirt, that's for sure this time. You're not going to live that down. That was the biggest blunder you ever made. He's not wearing an Arsenal shirt. Everybody's showing up for 7 on Spurs. Elias is in the house. Big up, Elias. What's going on today, man?
Hey, Elias.
I tell you what, everybody who said that let's not play back 4, you guys are so big time in the mud. Let's play back 4 again, guys, next week. I enjoyed it.
Rashford's gonna beat you, man, if you play back 4.
I enjoyed back 4 more than
Rashford's
any
injured,
other
ain't he?
whole season. Sorry?
Rashford's injured, isn't he, though? He's out,
No,
I
he
think, for the
played
rest of the
Play
season.
today.
Did he-
Yeah, let's try
Did he
back
play
4.
today?
Yeah, let's try back 4 and Rashford will eat you up.
Scored a penalty in the penalty shoot as well.
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't watch the game.
Elias will Rashford destroy your defense like he always does?
Yeah, he would destroy our defense. I mean, who won't destroy our defense at that point? But let's play back four again. I want to see a bit more back four fun for the next few weeks. I think it's just hilarious how these people think, and the kind of excuses that now they are making after seeing the back four. Now the new one, I don't know if you guys have heard it, is these center backs cannot play in the back four. Let's try playing the academy players. This is the new one I've heard on some channels. And let's try things a bit differently. Let's try bringing in the academy players and all that. Oh man,
You mean like
So dumb.
Pepe Sarr? Like Pepe Sarr?
Yeah,
No, Pepe Sarr, you signed him from Mets. He's not from your academy stuff.
But he's a youth player. That's the point, isn't it? It's a youth player.
You're gonna ruin that kid.
yeah,
I think
man.
today's game, the psychological effect that today's game is going to have on him to come off after 20 odd minutes. We said that, didn't we, Stel? I mean, if anyone knows is on social media, reach out to him as a Spurs fan and say it's not your fault. It's all very well Stellini coming out after the game and saying, "Oh yeah, it wasn't so." You've contributed to what he potentially can fuck up the rest of his season. Probably has. Listen, I don't blame Stellini. He's not good enough. He should never been put in a position where he was offered the job. Never mind him take it. I do think the whole narrative, the vibe of he's just another Conte got to him, and he was like, Ben Affleck out of Armageddon when he wants to prove to Bruce Willis is his own man, and he fucks up the training just so because he wanted to put his own stamp on something. Stellini wanted to do that today. He's like, no, I ain't like Conte. I'm going to do my own shit. I'm sorry, your own shit fucks shit up. And but again, he's not failed. There's no blame for me. There's no blame on Stellini, like there was never any blame on Nuno. There's a bigger picture. Why was he offered the position? Why is he in place? Bigger picture, man. And a lot of people are scared of that bigger picture.
Yeah, for sure. But I got an opening question for everybody. But Elias, you're going to need to ride the mute button, man, because you got some wicked loud fan noise, my friend.
It's probably the Arsenal shirt drying.
Yeah, it's you. So we can't
The minerals. It's the minerals that have been got.
went away. But you got fans in the background, unless you've got a noise suppression, right? It's going to come through if you have a fan in your room. Like I have a ceiling fan on right now. It's full blast. But you get a good mic with sound reduction and stuff like that, it'll rock it out. But not everybody can do that, I know. But the question that I want to throw up to everybody today, and I don't know if this is him or if it's an alt account or if it's just somebody trying to play like him or stir up waters, it doesn't matter. But Sean's Butler here, but the question sounds very much like something Sean would say. So how do we know, after his comments about the squad, they would have done any better under Conte? You're just assuming he would have done better. And I'm going to go first, and then I'm going to open it up for everybody to have a go at this. Okay. Yes, anything that happens in the future is not necessarily an assumption, right? But you can do probability. There's a thing called Bayesian probability, and it's like there's with the amount of factual evidence that we have, can you build a deductive or abductive argument to show why something would be more likely than not? So yes, because of Conte's record, not only at this club but at other clubs, because of the amount of goals that we were conceding before that, playing in a back five and not, you can make a prediction that if Conte would have stayed, we would have done better than without him, because our performances since he's left have been demonstrably worse. Demonstrably worse. We haven't won in how many games? One in the last 7?
Yeah, one. That's Brighton.
Conceding goals.
Conceding goal after goal.
So you can make an abductive argument that logically, right, validates the fact that if Conte were to stay, it is most likely, not certainly, we're not talking about certainty, but it is highly likely that we would have not lost 6-1 today. We would have not gone 5 goals down in the first 20 minutes, and we would have probably gotten at least 3 or 4 extra points from the last group of games that we've had.
You beat Everton with Conte, don't you?
Everton, Southampton, Bournemouth.
We drew against Everton.
Yeah.
You drew with Southampton, so you can't discount it.
But surely, Will, and you're clever enough, you probably set me right or wrong, by asking that question, is he assuming that he wouldn't have done better?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Because I would like somebody to make a abductive case why we wouldn't have done better if we'd have stayed, right?
Can I say like 3 things? Number 1, we are doing worse. Fact.
Yeah.
We don't know if we would have been better with Conte. What we do know is we are doing worse without him. Fact. Number 2, if you want to get to a destination and you have to fly, and I said to you, do you want a pilot that's been flying for 9 years that's actually been recognized as being pretty good as a pilot? Or do you want someone that's been trained as a pilot that's never actually flown by himself before as captain? Which plane are you getting on? You're getting on the one that's been flying for 9 years, that's got some recognition for being good at it, not the guy that's about to take over flying planes for the first time in his life. And thirdly, when you have a manager who has proven to get you top 4, who still had you in 4th place when he got sacked, you can add up the pieces and it's bloody obvious we were far better with Conte than without. If you disagree, that's fair enough.
That's an abductive for people that. It's an abductive argument for people that don't know. When you start adding pieces of information together in order to make a prediction, right? What is most likely the case? That's an abductive argument. It's not just assumptions, right? Assuming is where you just think with no reason, right? My wife and I, we both take our kids someplace, we drop them off, and we go our different ways. She's got a meeting over here, I've got a meeting over there. We take our kids to school. Without asking, without evidence, she just assumes that I'm going to pick them up, and I assume that she's going to pick them up. So in the end, nobody ends up picking our kids up, right? Now, right? If I am normally the person who picks the kids up from school every single day, then that's not an assumption. It's an abductive reasoning, right? It's abductive reasoning. My husband always picks the kids up for school, so not worrying about that. It has reason. It's not just an assumption. Assumption is without reason. Right? You're presupposing. You're assuming.
These are the same people that booed Poch out of the club that are saying, bring back Poch. You're the same fans that booed him out that now want him back. You're the same fans that said, Conte's not flexible. Conte doesn't change it up. Conte's too stubborn. Well, today there was no stubbornness and it was flexible. People say things until the shit hits the fan, then they backtrack to try and protect what they said, which has clearly gone wrong. And this happens all the time, not just in our club. I've seen Arsenal fans in their community do it, Chelsea fans, Man United fans. It's just the nature of football fans. Just saying things, like Will said, without just sit back and think about this. Just break it down, add it up.
It's logic,
Can you? But logic, yeah. That's it.
They talk with feelings, mate, with no facts.
As
we said,
Bob Spurs said the best thing I've heard today. When you sack a world-class manager and you don't replace him with something similar, what do you? How can it not go backwards? Or Bob says something like that.
Yeah, it's logic. You get rid of one of the best managers in the world, and you replace him with someone who's nowhere near his level. What do you expect?
Exactly. What do you expect? You replace him with his minion. You know what I mean?
You're not going to get a new manager bounce from someone who's never managed an elite club, an average club before. You're not going to get Harry Kane looking up at Conte. Conte coming in, here's my medals, Harry Kane. By the way, I want you to do this. Next minute, Conte's gone. Stellini comes in. Hey, I want you to do this. Hey, what the fuck? You ain't going to have the same shit. that Conte has. He hasn't got the gravitas. He hasn't got the clout. Nothing.
He hasn't got the minerals.
It's a great analogy. It's a great analogy.
And it's nothing against Stellini. I will say this again. He's been
Bob.
given the opportunity of a lifetime. He's been given the chance to dig his teeth into his management life at a club like Spurs. Of course he's not going to turn it down. But look at the bigger picture. Why has he been offered that opportunity? Why?
Let me get this out of Bob's face. I forgot. Everybody knows.
Bob, it's the exact same thing when we sacked Mourinho, elite, and we replaced him with Nuno. It's the same thing. No different.
Or Mason.
It's like Chelsea.
All right, Mason.
This goes to my example. Daniel Levy is like Todd Bowley from Wish, isn't it? He sacked Tommy T, for not footballing reasons, as Johnny Minerals told me, to get a yes man in Potter. It's similar with you guys getting rid of elite Conte for nobodies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I mean it's just because he's got, little man syndrome, and he has to be right. So somebody, if he's got a bee in his bonnet, he'd knock it off. I mean, why else do you sack a manager at halftime, right?
Exactly.
Why else?
Why did Conte had you in fourth? So he wasn't underperforming.
Yeah, we were in fourth when Conte left. Could you imagine the press conference today if Conte was still here? God, I wish.
It would have never happened. I said on the stream earlier that he would have probably killed someone on the field once he got to 3-0. He would have committed some mafia crime and killed. There's no way we lose 6-1 today with Conte. Absolutely no way.
Because he would have never played, because he's so stubborn, right? He's stubborn. He would have never started with a back four today.
Yeah,
exactly. He would never started the back four, Mari. And
when he did do back four, we played 4-4-2s. We never played 4-3-3s either, by the way.
Exactly. You played like 4-4-2 against Marseille, and you done it with Richarlison and Kane against Chelsea, right?
Chelsea away, second half, yeah. And we look good. But no, it was... Yeah, sorry. Go on.
No, sorry.
I forgot what I was going to say. About the back four and everything else. And there is a lot of backtracking out there. I'm not going to lie about it. There's been a lot of backtracking by people that we know. And that's what I'm going to say for now.
But
you're right. Conte would never have played a back four. As everybody stated, we can't play a back four, but we don't have the players to play a back four. Even the commentators were saying that, it was a bit, if they went to a back four, they would never have started Porro and Perisic, because they're too attacking, which is correct. They are attacking wing backs, not full backs. I mean, if we had to put, if Royale was there, if Davies or Longley was there, that would have been a bit more stable, I think. But Conte would never have played that way. And I would have loved to have seen Conte's face, after that drubbing.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing about today's stream, the live stream with Stel, was Stel, I don't think, saw the lineup beforehand, and I sent a text in, a message in saying, "Do you think the whole Stellini's just another Conte vibe's got to him, and he's a change formation?" And he read it, and you were like, "Yeah, whatever." And obviously changed. Then I think the first time he saw the lineup,
I saw the lineup 5 minutes before
live,
kickoff.
yeah, exactly. And then I sent the message in again. You were like, "Right, I know what he's on about now." And I said 4-3-3. 4-3-3. You could tell straight away. Sarr was being managed 1-to-1, 1-on-1 before the game. And guess whose opposition was? Stellini. Stellini was helping him pass the ball, showing him how to turn, closing him down and see how Sarr would get. So he was giving a 1-on-1 training session to Sarr 5 minutes before kickoff. And it was quite evident he was going to start, the deep lying midfielder. But Yeah, 4-3-3, and yeah, it was good the way you were like, what? What's happening here? That was ice. What? What the fuck? Hey, what? Hey.
But we got another pussy troll in the comments here. I don't understand why you don't all shake hands and get on with each other. Why? Because they are toxic ones. Right? Like, people think we're toxic. We never punch first. Nobody on this channel, not me, not Stell, definitely not Iggy Princess. None of us ever punch first, right?
Do you know what, Will? The simple answer to that question is because, unfortunately, some want Enoch in, some want Enoch out. Some think the managers are to blame, others think it's higher up. There's just a big divide. But what is happening now, definitely without question of a doubt after today, a lot of fans are now turning and saying, whoa, Levy, you put Stellini in charge. You chose to sack the manager without having a replacement. This is on you. You could have got Redknapp in. You could have just given it to Mason. You could have got a caretaker manager like Tim Sherwood to come in for 10 games. You chose this. So a lot of fans now have turned.
No. I'm not trying to kick up a hornet's nest, but I like to call straight. I like to live in the light. And, even Shan, who doxed Stelios and convinced people to call his people that work for his club, stuff like that, said today that she's Levy out. Even Shan, one of the worst human beings on the face of the planet.
One thing that can't be labelled against us, I said to you earlier, someone said, put towards me that the echo chamber that me and my lot and our lot were in was useless and wasn't being heard. One thing the echo chamber, so-called echo chamber, has been is consistent. We've always been consistent, and no one can say we haven't been.
You're not wishy-washy. You don't flip-flop.
No flip-flops, man. We've got the minerals.
So Iggy Princess, who says he's not a troll when he has a picture of Henry with a Batman Spurs mask on. You're not a troll. Says, I just don't understand. I'm referring to Sava because, like, if you've watched Sava today, he's completely denied what he said, because he said try it now. Why not try it now? He didn't say wait until we sign players or we have the right personnel or whatever. He said try it now, as soon as last week, right? And I've gone through and I've clipped people because I know that the receipts are coming, right? I've clipped people who said just minutes before kickoff, so happy about the back four. Finally, we're trying something new. A minute in, the faces just drop. 3 minutes in, they're dropping even harder. 5 minutes in, they're sitting there, and it's just.
I hate that sound, man. I hate that sound.
It was so great.
And those same guys who tweeted that, oh, back for woohoo on streams last time, they were like, oh, okay, let's not talk about the formation. Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, then all of a sudden, then it's like, no, I didn't mean play back four right now. I meant, like, going forward in the future. Well, of course, if we buy the right players and we buy a manager who coaches that system and they play over a summer, of course we can play in the back four. Of course.
I just remembered Elias and Bob. Mostly, I wanted to tell this thing. Tuchel, elite manager, got sacked, right? Because he all the time was playing back three. Some Chelsea lot and some public was saying, it's boring and this, that, and the other. And people said, Chelsea fans were telling me that Chelsea don't really have a DM. And that's why Tuchel used to play back four. The defense is crap, and that's why you guys play the back three. The same thing with Chelsea.
Yeah. And look, I'm not meaning to just make this a dumb show on Sava, because he's not the only one, right? He's just one of a plethora of people, right? So I mean, Sava gets a lot of heat because Sava is Sava, and he can be a polarizing character. It's not like we aren't either, right? But he's just one of many, man. One of many. And look, if you didn't come so hard at us, like if people didn't come so hard at us, like, I don't get, Bob, for this They say that we're the toxic ones because we're negative. We're anti-Levy. But we don't go and attack people. We're not attack dogs out there hounding and cussing and lying and slandering and doing all that. So, but they do that to us. And then when we defend ourselves, they're like, "Oh my gosh, be an adult." Right? Like,
we're open for
I mean,
conversation.
it's similar at Arsenal. Like,
We're open to discussion. We'll go on any. I'm quite happily. I know you. They'll never invite you, Will or Stal.
I'll open invitation.
Exactly. I'll go on any channel. I'll have a debate. I'll have a chat. I'll put my
I'll be nice.
opinions. But the difference is, Will, I'll take on board their opinions, regardless of how stupid, pathetic, or OTT or whatever I think of them. But I'll sit there and listen. They're not gonna. There's some people out there who can't take other people's opinions on board,
Or they think that you questioning, rebutting, or arguing against their opinions is somehow you being a bully. No, that's how conversations are. You say, "I think the moon is made of cheese," and I say it's not, and here's why. And then you say, "Yes, it is, you dumb idiot," and I'm like, "No, you're a dumb." Right? This is the thing. This is the vein at which these conversations go. Watch any debate that I've ever had with anybody, Alex, Sava, Sean, David, any debate I've ever had. They say their comment, I rebut it, then they get mad, right? Because I did a good job at rebutting it. They call me names, right? And then I call them names. That's how every one of these debates goes, without fail. Because I do not use name calling or ad hominem attacks in an
exactly,
argument.
Will. You always land your minerals on them. You murdered them for breakfast.
But it's not only opinions, is it? Will, it's not only opinions. It's how you feel. I make no secret about. I'm unfortunately, or fortunately, or just my weaknesses. I'm very tunnel vision. I can't see either. I had this word with Savile. We're talking about Savant, and Savile knows this. You know, when he was talking about Conte, poor football, and I said I can't see it like you, Sav. For me, it's very tunnel vision. Everything. I mean, everything. 23 years of Leanick has forced me to look at everything tunnel vision. Everything. All the shit goes on around there, but my tunnel is straight down to Leanick. Anything that happens. Yeah. Yes, Levy isn't on the pitch. I don't care.
Neither is the manager. But we don't have the problem blaming him.
Everything leads to Leanick. But that's my doubtful or the way I see it. That's me, and I'm not shying away from that. And I've never said that should be everyone's view. But for me, I'm very tunnel vision with regards to that. Everything that's going on, our decline, our evident decline, a very obvious decline, is down to Leanick. Nothing more, nothing less. For me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. For me.
I agree with Bob. It's hard to separate Levy from, because he has his hands on that on everything. And just going back to Will's point, I said this the other day. I was just like, the rules of engagement, right, in regards to debate. It's like, all right, we're not echo chamber. I want to hear something different. Okay, then when you bring something different, you either get called name or it's ridiculous. But I thought it was
crazy, dumb, stupid, mad.
It was open to hear. Yeah, I may disagree with your point, but at least let it be open. Because if you want the same views and thoughts, then it becomes a echo chamber. And so when I look at the channels, when you say something that's different, even when you come with content with it, it gets shot down, and it's just like, oh, you're horrible. So it's I've seen it the last 2 years, and it's just frustrating to want to bring out a different point.
The difference too, and because and this is probably the last comment we'll say, but about this particular range, at least for now, is they said why they were already blaming Porro and Perisic, which I told you that they would, when it was Romero and Dyer who were responsible primarily for all of the goals that we conceded. Right. And in fact, Porro kept it from being 6-0 in the first 25 minutes. Right. So you guys, It's never about just saying, and this is a thing, right? So this guy said, and this is what ties into this, but if somebody gets it wrong or made a poor prediction, why is it a problem? It's not a problem if you own it, right? I predicted we would finish at 86 points this season. I've said multiple times, I was wrong, right? I had no idea Son was going to have the season that he had. Lloris was going to have the season that he had. That we were going to struggle the way that we struggled. Nobody could have predicted that. Everybody and their mother-in-law had us finishing in the top 4 at the beginning of the season. Everyone, pundits, Sky Sports, BBC, TalkSport, Arsenal fans, it didn't matter, right? They all had us finishing in the top 4 this season because of what Conte did at the end of last year, right? And I was wrong. Is it so hard to say that? Just say it.
I haven't got the minerals to firm it. Really confirm it. I confirm it as well.
I had you guys third. I had you guys third and Arsenal 4th.
There you go.
There you go.
And look at where we are.
The fan base isn't crumbling. If anything, it's getting stronger.
Yeah, but I mean, this is why when you try to hide this. Look. This is why I don't like. Some people are, why you got to call out names, Will? Because I want to be honest. I don't want to say things in private that I wouldn't say in public, right? And if that makes me a dickhead, that's okay. Because you know what, Chuck? There's 3 kinds of people in this world. Dicks, assholes, and pussies. Right? And pussies don't like dicks because pussies get fucked by dicks, Chuck.
Chuck.
Spot on, mate. You know what I mean? People in life try to listen, this is my perfect analogy to add to your point, lads.
That's Team America for people that don't know.
Of course. As my boy Johnny would say, yeah, Johnny Minnels, yeah, he would say that people are trying to balance eggs on wooden spoons. By the end of the day, there's egg all over their face. Because they've smashed it on their face everywhere, man. They're full of egg. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, man.
First of all, why the fuck have you put me below 2 Arsenal? Oh, then again, fuck it, man.
There you go.
No, I could be at the bottom. I don't mind being at the bottom at all.
No,
You can put me at the bottom.
And it's not my show.
We should be way down.
Are we actually fighting over who wants to be bottom now?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Well, I mean, it is fitting since they drew at the bottom of the table. You know, at least we got our asses kicked by Newcastle.
Yeah, that's true. Good bottom with Southampton, true, but shame. But anyway, but Murray, like, do you think it's the perfect analogy that Spurs fans are trying to balance like eggs on wooden spoons and there's egg all over their face because they keep getting it wrong?
Well, like someone asked me in the previous stream, why I blame the fans, and I answered that. It's right now. My only request is for the fans. If you're so upset,
oh my God,
of what you see,
My goodness.
protest. That's it. Make some noise, because now it's beyond the point of just we see the house burning. Okay, now let's put that fire out. Protest. Make some noise. Leave the stadium. Don't show up. Have an empty seat. I'm done. I'm done with letters. Love letters to the board. I'm done with. Now stop enabling these people. Now do something. Show some action.
I'm sorry, Victor J. It's these kind of comments. What the fuck?
Oh, mate.
What fucking...
Oh, my God. Victor J. He's in the woods. He has to go in the woods, Will.
What did Victor say?
Yeah, highlight. Sava
said
said it.
This one here?
8:39. Yeah.
Sava said it right. Conte's bad influence can still be seen in the time now. A total rebuild is needed. Like, seriously, man.
In the team. Not time now.
Conte's bad influence was seen in this team before Conte was even here. So it's like, it's not
Victor.
Conte's bad influence, right? Because think about it. If the players didn't like Conte, which is what the rumor was, right? I heard somebody on a watch along say today that under Conte, the players were bored with doing the same drills over and over again and only focusing on one system. but the players were bored. They didn't like it. Right.
Trying.
So now that Conte's gone, they should be happy. They should feel free from the bad influence, not still following it. What sense does this make, Victor J?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense, man.
Can I say something to you, Victor? Right, just it's not. I'm not questioning the comment you've put. I want to ask you a question.
There's a link to join to be a member. If you want to be a member, there's that link there. Click it.
I want to ask you a question, Victor. Right, if Conte's bad influence can now be seen in the team, so a rebuild is needed. Can you explain to me why this same shit happened the 4 last months of Poch, under Mourinho, under Nuno, under Mason, under AVB, and now under Conte? Because I've just mentioned the last 10 years, and the same thing happened, but you're only covering one manager in 15 months. So if you're right in what you're saying, can you tell me what happened the previous 9 years?
Exactly, Stelman. You've met the deal.
No, it's not one-upsmanship. It's who was right and who was wrong. It's not I'm better than you. I've one-upped you. I've predicted 10 things right. You've predicted 2. It's not one-upmanship. It's an acknowledgement of reality. That is not one-upmanship. Right? If we prove and demonstrate that it's not the case that that this team, these players can play in a back 4 system, then just simply say, you know what? They were right. These players can't play in a back 4. Why is that so hard? There is no one-upmanship here. I'm not better or smarter. I am, but that's not relevant to this particular case. It's just a matter of simply stating the facts of reality. That's it.
I want to know. I want to know what. See, Victor J, your response to me is, but Conte was meant to be the miracle guy. Who said he was the miracle guy? Who said that?
None of us said that.
Right?
Nobody said that.
Said he was the best available. That's it. And he was.
He took Tottenham from 12th to 4th with the same.
Yeah, for like 12.
12 to 4th.
Exactly. Nuno had you very bad. You know what I mean?
He could have been miracle guy, but I'll refer to a tweet still you know about from 2 years ago when he first joined. I'll refer to that tweet. He could have been. He couldn't be the best thing that's happened to Spurs when he came to Spurs if this happened, this happened. And I'll stand by that. I sent a tweet as soon as he joined. People were jizzing. Someone was saying, "Oh, hold, whatever it is. Fine, it's happening. I can't believe it. Conte's in." I'm like, whoa. This guy would only be a success if his vision, his work, his methods are replicated by the board. If the ambition matches, if the vision matches, and if it doesn't, we'll be having this conversation in 2 years. And what happened? 2 years later, that tweet resurfaced by an Arsenal fan, by the way. An Arsenal fan tweeted out saying, "What did this guy see? This guy knew." I forgot all about the tweet.
I mean, even me, when we first signed Conte, I said it's not going to make a difference, right? You can't put lipstick on a pig, right? You can't polish a turd, right? You can dry a turd out so it doesn't stink as bad, but a turd is still a turd. And once you peel back that dried out, white, crusty overtop, it starts to stink again. It's exactly what I said on stream, right? The manager isn't going to make that big of a difference. Then I walked that statement back. Afterwards because I was like, you know what? You know, Conte's done so well with these players. Dyer's playing good. You know, this is doing that. I took it back. I took it back too soon. I should have been more stubborn. I should have stuck to my guns. I should have followed my instincts, my gut, my evidence. It's the same thing, man. Conte got me. He lured me in. That season. And big up Shaquille Ahmad with another member, becoming a YouTube member. The link is in the chat somewhere. If you guys can find all the links, the chat's going pretty fast tonight. 140 watching. Hit that like, subscribe button as well. And
Well, can I ask a question? And I know I'm
ask away, my man.
Arsenal fan here. Guys in the chat that are attacking Conte. You remember that now first place Arsenal was after like all of us, and myself included, were begging for Conte to come in. Okay? He took you guys to fourth place. He held you in fourth place, playing, not beautiful football, but at least you were getting results. So I don't understand. Yeah. There's a comment in there. 9th to 4th. How that's marked improvement. It's like scores don't matter anymore. So my question is would Conte have played Perisic at left back today?
No.
He would have played him at left wing back today.
Yeah. Well, that's all you need to know. Exactly. He wouldn't have played that formation. While everybody's complaining about him playing 5 at the back, it got results. It kept you in Champions League, and now you guys are going to struggle to make Europe.
But TJ, he's too stubborn. He's too stubborn.
I mean, and these are all
he's too one-dimensional.
I mean, Pep's one-dimensional, and he's winning everything.
For 6 years in a row for the most part.
Yeah. Do you know what? One criticism I get is that, but you never criticize the manager still. You never say anything bad. And my answer is simple. Put a manager at Tottenham, build a squad, not a starting 11. Like you look at Arsenal now, they've got a good starting 11, but you don't have a squad yet, TJ, right? Build a squad, because that's what it's going to take, of 16, 17 players that the manager wants for the manager system. And at that point, if I feel you've built a squad for the manager and pretty much every player bar one or two, that's what the manager wanted, then I will put it all on the manager. Because then I will say, this board has done everything they can for you, and this board has shown ambition to back a manager. Now, if I could say that, there's no way I would say leave out Inikau. I'd say, right, this is on you, Poch. This is on you, Conte. This is on you, Jose. But I've yet to see a manager at Spurs under these owners where I feel has not been interfering, meddling. You got to use this player, giving Dyer a contract when the manager's not even been put in yet for next season. So how can I possibly blame a manager? How can any fan blame a manager? Arteta, if this summer, right, TJ, if this summer with Champions League football, if you go and buy 2 or 3 top players, then from there on in, it's all on Arteta because now he's got a squad. There's no excuses. This year, he might get a buy. But after that, if you go and spend that Champions League money on top players, then I'll say, right, this is all on Arteta now. I've never been able to say that about any Spurs manager. I've never been able to say that. Never.
Bob wants to show his receipts. And these are his receipts. Bob Spur TV on November 21st or November of 21 says, hold on. Conte being here will mean absolutely nothing if he's not backed. His blueprint is buy quick for quick success, which I'm happy with. It's up to the owners to match his blueprint now. Conte isn't going to hang around with any shortfall. And if you go back and watch the stream on this channel from back in the from the time that we signed Conte, we literally had this chat live on the stream. I think you were even on that stream, Bob, if I remember correctly, right? When we were saying, you can't polish a turd, that it's not going to make a difference unless, the board takes actions on the players. And that's why this is why it's always Daniel Levy's fault. Like people say, it's always Levy's fault. It's always Levy's fault. It's so boring.
That's fucking right.
It's not my fault that the truth is boring.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, can we highlight a comment from Matt at 8:48? Conte had to go.
There you go.
Real
Let's
quick.
take on a pig.
Conte had to go. He was getting out coached by Ruben F. and Celis. Won't be coming back to the PL. Washed up manager. With what players?
Exactly.
Harry Kane in a C rate supporting cast that he didn't choose. He still had Eric Dyer. Yeah, that one. He still had Eric Dyer.
That was a big Conte outer. That's why.
Yeah. Okay, Conte had to go. Yeah. Washed up manager. He's one of 2 championship level, like Euro championship level managers that couldn't bring a trophy to Spurs.
Well, actually, Conte
What
has
is the
unfortunately
problem?
never won anything in Europe, but if league-wise,
yeah, league-wise. Sorry. Thanks for the correction. Yeah, so
League
you know
wise,
there are different comparisons to be made here, but saying that Conte's washed is absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Sorry, he's an elite manager, and he's trying to put lipstick on a hog.
Whichever club he goes to
It's
next,
ridiculous.
TJ. Whichever club he goes to next, TJ, he'll win something.
Oh, guaranteed.
100%.
Guaranteed. And when you see him in Serie A next season, watch out. That's all I'm going to say. He's going to be
Or La
putting horse heads in
Liga,
people's bed.
or
Yeah, it's going to be the end of Godfather 1. He's going to be baptizing his godson, and he's going to be putting people to the sword. Guaranteed.
look at Jose Mourinho is about to win his second trophy 2 years in a row after leaving Tottenham Hotspur. Already to win the Europa League
And he's
with
slowly,
Roma.
patiently building the team that he wants at Roma. Slowly.
Putting Roma into the top 4 for the first time in since they lost to Liverpool or to not Liverpool, Real Madrid, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep. He's slowly put it in. He's taking time and patience, and they're giving him slowly but surely. They're giving him what he needs to build up Roma, and things that our board has not done for these managers. But guys, I gotta go. I gotta prepare for work tomorrow. But man, like Stuff says, I can't even say "Come on, you Spurs" because I'm just disgusted. So I'm just gonna leave it with this. A Brian Daigle special. Levy out.
Later, Murray.
Big up, Murray.
Leave
Big
you
up,
out.
Murray.
Big up, Mari. Thanks for coming on, my man. But Vaporware's got a point. Well, necessarily, morons is harsh, but I just say stupid. But would cry for Nagelsmann out, slot out, Poch out again if they fail. Look, they all cried. Like a lot of them cried for Poch out. A lot of these guys were Poch outers. Right? All of these guys were Jose outers. All of these guys were Nune outers. All of these guys were Conte outers. It's like I don't understand. What manager would make them happy, because they always contradict themselves after that.
Sam Allardyce. That he would make them happy.
Is he a troll? This Matt Bazunga, whatever his name is.
No, he's just a Conte. He's not a troll. He's a hardcore Conte outer.
Oh, right, okay. Well, maybe he should do his homework and find out which the personnel.
Well, in my
who
opinion,
the
he's a bit
personnel was.
yeah, he's back to Boinguzi. He's on Henry's show.
Yeah.
He's
Big up. Thanks for the
Attention.
building up the traffic and helping.
Yeah, the viewership is killing it right now. Thanks, Matt. Awesome.
Yeah.
But we've got 140 people still watching today, late in the UK and then early on here in the East, or I guess it's not super early in the East Coast, but it's early for a stream. So this is a thing that kind of bummers. Like when I do a show at a time that's comfortable for me, everybody in the UK is asleep. So, but hey, it is what it is.
I was streaming just before you, Will. So
Yeah, and you probably had like 500 people watching the show.
And it's prime time here in Australia, so lunchtime.
Lunchtime in Australia. That's the thing. Like for me, like whenever you guys do shows in mid-evening, and there for me, it's like 4 or 5 o'clock. My wife, unfortunately, always wants to cook dinner at that time and gets upset if I stream around then. So
It's
it
breakfast
is
time.
what it is.
maybe just. No, I was going to say something there, but no.
Start doing
I'm gonna-
mukbangs.
Go on,
Start
say it,
doing
Bob.
mukbangs
Say it.
live on stream. Just eat my dinner right here on stream.
Spit
and-
it out, Bob.
No, just shorten the chain a bit. But big up,
It's called respect, my man. It's called respect.
big up, man. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I got to be up in 5 hours or so to do my morning stream.
There you go.
So yeah, big up, man.
Thanks
Big
for
up
coming
to
on,
you.
Bob. I appreciate it. I always enjoy chatting with you. Everybody go to Bob Spur TV. If any of the mods have his channel link and they want to throw those in the chat,
Big up, mate.
go ahead and do that. Or just search Bob Spur TV. It's the only one that comes up. He's that infamous. So just search Bob Spur TV up above in the YouTube search box. Go ahead and subscribe to Bob's channel. A lot of great content, funny comedic content. It's a good time over there on Bob Spur TV. And then he's got Cinecoms as well. If you like to talk about movies, everybody go check out the Cinecom. That's right, Cinecom.
Cinecoms, yeah.
Yeah.
Thursday nights, yeah.
Cinecom's on Thursday nights over on Cinecom on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to that as well. What's your next? Bob's going live in 5 hours. So after we get done with this one, you can just rock over to Bob again. So from Bob to me to Bob.
Yeah.
It's all good.
See you later, man.
All right, man.
Big up, Bob.
Big up,
Bob later.
But yeah, man. So I mean, is the game even worth like getting in? Now that we've gone over, there you go. Andrew Perez put Bob's channel in there. Everybody, make sure you go subscribe to that. He's a good dude. Should we get into the specifics of the game? Is there even a point?
Let's get into the defense thing. Elias, my G, like, what did you make of how Jacob Murphy scored? That guy is average according to Newcastle fans.
Well,
letting him score
against this backline, everybody will look like a prime striker. I called for it actually in my show yesterday. If you watch, I said it that yes, Jacob Murphy would look good against back four. Even Isaac would have a good time if it's a back four with two center backs. He would just dance around the field, and he did exactly what that is. I knew it actually in many ways, but like, look, bro, the fact is that we were just shit yesterday. No matter who would have been in that front line, they would have just danced around Dyer and what's the other guy, Romero. Even they can't do better than that.
I mean, Harry Kane carries you, man. Without Harry Kane, where would you guys be, man? That guy wins you games single-handedly, doesn't he?
We would probably be on, I think 22 points have come from Kane winners. So 22 minus, what are we on, 53? We'd be on 31 points, which would put us just outside, I think, of the relegation. It would put us in like
exactly
18th, 17th.
You'd be below Chelsea, who are shocking this season. You'd be battling relegation without Harry Kane.
Although that's just a very, shallow analysis of it. I think that if Kane is gone and Son's playing in that striker role in the front two, that we may have gotten some of those points back, right? If Son hadn't been kind of handcuffed this season, playing in that attacking midfield role, or basically playing as almost like a number 8 for a lot of the times, maybe you would get some of those back, because you got to realize a lot of the games early on that we won were like 1-0 headers from corners, right? Like, it wasn't like we were breaking teams down even then. Right? If you look at the number of open play goals that Kane has this season, it's not very many. Not very many at all. Right? A lot of them, the main majority of those goals came from set pieces and from inside the box. Either the play directly resulting from a set piece, or the play, one touch after that or two touches after that in it from a corner. So we've had a hard time breaking teams down all year.
Stel, your friend Dildo is saying you're in the mud.
We're the only ones not in the mud. We're taking a mud bath right now. Washing the face, cleaning out the pores.
6-1 still us in the mud. Why? I predicted on Friday when we did the show that we would lose 3-1. Why am I in the mud? I don't understand.
By the way, Dildo, stop spreading lies. I actually watched what you were talking about last week. You are such a liar, really. Like, the whole thing never happened. The one that you don't.
He's an Arsenal fan. He's a troll. He's troll. You get some Arsenal fans that have fun with us. You get others that troll us. Dildo trolls.
Yeah, Dildo's a troll. Definitely.
His name's Dildo.
Yeah. It's dildo in the ass on purpose. Like, just write it. Like, he thinks that if he spells it like that we'll read it out on stream. We don't care, dude. Just actually write it out. DILDOINTHEASS, bro. Like, we don't care. Like, if you think we're not one, it's not like you're gonna get us AFTV. Oh, they got us. Dang it! We didn't know that was actually dildo in the ass. Like, we're not 12, man. All right, just ride it. That's right. Joe Linton says ride it. Go ride yourself, mate. Go ride yourself.
Go ride.
Yeah, like we're not shy on this channel. We literally call you dildo every single time you put a comment on that thing. Even though it's Dilla. Dill.
Doing
But
the dildo who
Anyway.
tries to become a vibrator.
yeah, I mean, we're not trying to be crude or anything. That's just what the guy's name is, right? So, and should be better for suppose. See, this is what I mean. What's fun to watch, dude? Fun to watch for me is winning, man. It's not about how many passes we get or, it's about winning, dude. That's fun. Winning is fun. Losing sucks. Draws can be.
Fun, man. Yeah, I mean.
And
I wouldn't care. I would not have fun watching Tottenham Hotspur if we had 70% possession, just ticky-talking all around, driving in.
Just pass.
Yeah, pass, playing it in. I would not have fun at all if we lost, if we finished 12 or 13 and we're losing 12, 13, 14 games a season. Why would that be fun? Why is that fun? Was Arsenal having fun under Arteta's free-flowing football when you guys were finishing 8th? No.
Exactly. It wasn't fun.
It wasn't fun. Nobody was having fun back then.
Losing is not fun.
Losing
Drawing is also not fun, by the way.
Drawing's not fun.
It's not fun either.
Capitulating leads is not fun.
Exactly.
Giving up
Okay,
2-0
guys, I'm
giving
gonna
up
head
2-0
off.
leads
I'll
to
catch us all
Southampton
later.
isn't fun either. Okay.
Big up,
All right.
Shane. Have a good
Big up,
one.
Shane.
Enjoy your lunch. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Cheers.
Yeah, man. Big up Shane, man.
Big
Big
up.
up Shane.
Big up, Shane.
I mean, free-flowing football, yeah, the first few seasons, we did play that, but when you have crap defense and you play free-flowing attack football, you get stuffed week in, week out. You know what I mean?
RW, I couldn't have said it better myself. Winning ugly is still winning. Exactly.
Exactly. Winning is winning.
I would enjoy being a Tottenham fan if we stunk out 1-0 leads and parked the bus and finished and won the league or won a cup than if we played free-flowing attacking football and finished 10th. Like what kind of mentality is that? Right? You know what? We've got a lot of the best possession. We've got a lot of the best passing stats. We've got the most shots, pretty much shots on target in the league. But you know what? We finished 10th this year. Who cares?
Doesn't really matter.
The problem here is that when things began to unravel with Poch's team, there was two choices. We either change direction or we stick with Poch and we back him for that rebuild. We chose to go in a different direction. Okay. 4 years later, it's gone wrong. And it's gone badly wrong. And the teams around us that we were ahead of have now caught us, and some are now ahead of us. So we can talk about all these different opinions and views that people come up with, but the reality is what? We've spent £500 million the last 4 years. Had we have spent that just on Poch's rebuild, we'd be in a league title right now. No question of a doubt, in my opinion. But instead, we're in the mud. And Levy has sent us fans to the woods, as Mineral would say. So, it can't be okay what's just happened. Especially when this ownership doesn't come out and speak to us and say anything. It's just like, we don't need to talk to you because,
I think today was a good thing though, because for the first time, look, TJ can attest to this. Most American fans are severe happy clappers, right? Because they don't really know the game well, right? They just follow the bigger main channels, right? Which are all happy clappers. They're all indoctrinated into this happy clap culture of blah, blah, blah. But for the first time in the Atlanta Tottenham Hotspur supporters group Facebook page, for the first time, I was seeing people say, Levy out, Levy out, Levy out. This board's got to go. They're the problem. Now, granted, it was only 17 out of like 300 or 400, but there was nobody before, right? So the message is getting out there. It is growing, right? Right? We're founders to the movement, man.
It hasn't gotten bad. It hasn't gotten bad enough though. It has to get worse before more of your guys get more of your fan base decides to take notice. I mean, I'm happy to see that what you guys are doing here is actually, picking up speed, because, as much as I like, seeing Spurs in the mud, it actually gives me a ton of joy. I do like supporting this channel. I do like you guys. It is fun. But at the same time, I mean, the despair has just gotten out of control, and it's so plain to see, but people just want to ignore it. People want to ignore it for vibes. That's the thing that pisses me off the most, especially with Arsenal too, is that people are like, oh yeah, top 4 was always the goal. We're fine after we just drew 3 in a row. And I'm just like, and the real ones in the fan base are like, wait a minute, what? We were 11 points clear. We were about to win the league, and now it's gone. And everybody's just like, oh well, it was okay anyway. It's all about ambition and where you want to see your club. And there are honestly so many Tottenham Hotspur fans that are just fine finishing in a Champions League spot and not moving anywhere near a trophy.
No, man, because Lee Gunner had it right, dude. You got to wake up. I wish maybe I'm gonna do a reaction to Lee's video. I was gonna do a reaction to Levy's video, put it on screen, cut it up into little pieces, and talk at every single point. I may still do that at some point in time. I think I'm going to do a reaction to Lee Gunner's video, because when you have an Arsenal fan, our biggest rival, right, saying that this guy needs to be kicked out of English football for the mentality that he has, right? That's got to wake you up as a Spurs fan. It has to. Mm-hmm. Everybody go watch it, because, I mean, Lee is just spot on. He was like, look, you're embarrassing us. You're going through the same thing. We are the Arsene Wenger, the last half of the Arsene Wenger reign at Arsenal. Exactly. We're finishing in top 4 as a trophy. We think that is success. Staying in the league, what's he talking about? Our lowest position when he first took the club was 14th.
Was like 14th.
That was way clear of relegation, right? Then he says getting us into Europa League. We finished in Europa League and we finished in Europa League and Champions League fairly regularly. This wasn't like a thing. It didn't take us long at all to get to that spot, right? Redknapp, Poch. That's almost a decade.
AVB. Even
AVB got us into Europa League, right? So top 4, I think, even.
It's similar to our fan base, but our fan base sometimes, though, I do agree with most what Lee Gunner says. What I like about Lee is that, yes, he's Arteta and this and the other. What I like is that he doesn't have this one-up mentality that some of our fans who are Arteta out have. As soon as we slip up, they're waiting for it. Lee Gunner, he doesn't wish bad deal on Arsenal. He just wants Arsenal to win game after game after game. That's his standards, maybe. And as soon as there's dropped points, then that is why he gets frustrated. His mentality is win every week. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I mean? and maybe, and I would really like to know, Zaffer05 under Gunner, why is Lee Gunner a clown?
Yeah, Lee Gunner's not a clown.
Why? Articulate why Lee Gunner's a clown. All he wants from Arsenal is for them to win. We smashed the stadium down. We went completely, we literally had to rebuild our club from the ground up after we sold our soul to build the Emirates. And now we're finally starting to win, and all he wants to do is see that continue. Why is he a clown?
He's a clown. It's the same reason why. It's the same reason why we're. Statement. It's the same reason why we're clowns. It's the same reason why Stella's a clown and I'm a clown, and anybody who says facts over feelings, right, gets called a clown. Right? When a person starts putting out actual factual reality, right, and everybody else wants to have that happy go feeling inside, right? It's not healthy to think things are going well when they aren't. That's not healthy, right? That is weird. Accepting and acknowledging, embracing reality, and taking steps to improve your life. I'm talking even in your personal lives, or is football, and so far as the club is concerned, that's healthy, right? You can't fix a problem until you admit a problem exists and then takes actions to correct it. If we go around thinking we've been successful or we're improving or we're improved, we're not getting any better.
Mm-hmm. And I don't mean to keep going on the Zaffer guy, Will, but yeah, it's all a show. No patience. He wants Arteta gone. It's not going to happen overnight. Well, he sees this as our one chance to get the league title done. That's why he wants Arteta out if we bottle it. He didn't say he wants Arteta out now. He says he wants Arteta out if we bottle the league because he wants a manager.
Because like Man City are relentless.
So let's not put words in people's mouths.
Exactly.
I'm a League Gunner fan, but I don't agree with a good amount of what he says. Like I probably agree with him 50-50, but I
want to know why Scott. I want to know why Scott's got a problem with Lee for. Like, what's Scott's problem? Because Scott's like one of the most negative, pessimistic guys in the community. But
I mean, League Gunner is alright, man.
Do you know one thing I'll say about League Gunner, right? And it's just something I realized recently when our channel got taken down. I think on YouTube there's three approaches. There's one where you do the whole happy clapper, always positive, always stay in the safe lane, always say the safe things, and everything is really wonderful and great. And okay, then you've got the complete other side, which is you're very honest. You say exactly as you feel. You're not scared to be controversial. You're not scared to call people out, and you're not scared to what's the word? Just be who you want to be.
Genuine.
Be authentic.
And be authentic and give zero fucks, right? Lee gives zero fucks. He genuinely doesn't give a fuck. Then you've got that middle bit where you don't play it too safe because there's certain things that happen that you can't pretend didn't happen. Like you see something shit and you're like, hold on, no, 1 minute. That was shit. But then you won't go too zero fucks because then you know it's going to be confrontational and you might alienate yourself, right? If you go too much League Gunner, you end up having a lot of people dislike you. If you go too nice, people find you boring and they're not interested. So you've got to kind of find somewhere in that middle. I would say I've gone a bit too far that way and I need to come in a bit if I'm being self-critical of myself. So the thing is, though, if we don't have people like Lee Gunner, then certain subjects will never get talked about because he'll trigger the conversation to happen, forcing the middle ground to talk about it. At least have a conversation. For example,
that's true.
All this banging on the drum by Brian Daigle and me for so long. ENIC out, leave you out, ENIC out, leave you out, ENIC out. Even Will, he's got that video of ENIC out with the clown mask. He's got a video he plays, right? Because we do that, it's forced other channels who would never talk about it. Do you know what? We better talk about this actually, because a lot of people are talking about it. Those ones that we don't want on our shows, they're getting a lot of traction. So you need Lee Gunner to force certain conversations, but
I mean,
he can go a bit too extreme though. But he's not going to change.
I mean, and it all depends. It honestly all depends on your taste, right? Like if you don't like what you're watching, change the channel. Like,
correct,
I don't understand. I don't understand why that's so hard for some people.
TJ, you're right.
That's all. You know, and it's as simple as that. But people are so willing to go on here, never come on camera, but get their feelings hurt and snipe from the bushes, right?
Exactly.
And Zaffer Gunner, I think you're one of them. Unfortunately, I'm not trying to attack you here, and he's saying, can any of you claim that Arsenal hasn't had a great season? We're way ahead of the process. We've had a great season. Nobody has said that we haven't had a great season, but levels change. That's the difference, is that we were in a position to win the league and now we're not. So and another question you got to ask is, when does the process end? Right? We could have easily ended the process this season, but we drew to Southampton at home. Like TJ, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Stel. Sorry.
No. Don't apologize to me. I will say that Arsenal have not had a great season. I'll say it, and I'll tell you why I will say it. And this is directly to you, Zafaguna. When Pochettino finished second in the league, and then he finished third when it was between us and Leicester, when we lost the Champions League final, when we lost many semi-finals, and when we lost a Carling Cup final, all under Poch, and I kept saying, look at the progress. Look at where we were. Look where we are now. We've never challenged for a Premier League title. We've never got to a Champions League final. Look at the progress. Look how young this team is. Look at the football we're playing. All I ever heard was, forget your progress, forget your young team, forget getting to the finals. You've won nothing. What have you got to show for it, right? So now the same applies to you, Zafaguna, and all Arsenal fans. If you don't win the league this year, what have you got to show for this process? Because you got dumped out of Europe, you got dumped out the Carabao Cup, you got dumped out the FA Cup. If Arsenal don't win the league this year, the same shit that you put on us under Poch has to apply to you. It has to. And I'm talking to
it has to, isn't it?
I'm talking to the Gooners that laughed at us Spurs fans for talking about progress and exciting times without trophies. I'm watching the same thing happen at Arsenal right now.
You have one trophy still. You have one trophy still.
Not this one. I want to be clear. And by the way, Scott, I want to be clear too. I'm not attacking you, Scott. I'm not talking about you. I just want to make that clear.
If you don't win trophies at the end of this process or during this process, you are no different to what happened with Poch at Spurs.
I mean, still one trophy.
No, that wasn't part of no process. That team got cleared out, and I still say that FA Cup you won with Arteta. I think you got lucky that season. I think
it was lucky, and it was Edu's team.
Lucky.
Or no, it was Unai Emery's team. Sorry, it was Unai Emery's team. It wasn't Arteta's team.
Because he
I forget that too. People forget that too.
It still counts. You won it, but I don't.
It's the only reason he has a job too. By the way,
I just don't look at it as this Arteta process period. So I think, at the end of the day, every manager, every club will be judged by trophies. The reason Arsenal are regarded as the third biggest club in England is because you won the league title, the third most behind Liverpool, Man United, and you've won the most FA Cups. Your trophy cabinet is what makes you the third best. So if you don't win trophies under this process, it's a failure. Just like it's a failure for Tottenham.
100% agree.
It has
100% still. Trophies are necessary in the game. But
that's what you're judged by. That's what we're judged by.
That's what you're judged on, mate. You know what I mean? You're not judged on wishy-washiness and all that.
Here we go.
It's cute. She's come back.
Here it comes. A change. It is no longer Batman. But it's still a superhero. I don't know what is to be said today. But this superhero character doesn't have this voice. And doesn't have this music. Which now seems out of place. Everybody in the comments, show your love for the #1 Wrexham fan in the world. Rocking the Deadpool logo. Give it up for the one and only C. Wrexham Deadpool. Welcome.
Wrexham. So,
Fucking hell.
I know, PJ, you weren't trying to attack Scott, but you know what? I'm coming on so that I can attack Scott.
Oh boy, here we go.
That's right. Wrexham won promotion. I know that you are a bad Canadian who does not support your fellow Canadian, but Wrexham has won promotion. And for all you xenophobic haters that talk shit about American owners, okay, and we're so critical of the idea of Levy and Enoch being pushed out and maybe being replaced by an American owner, guess what? Todd Bowley and some of those owners are not bad owners because they are American. They are bad owners because they are fucking bad owners. Rob
Keep
and
speaking
Conte
facts.
have shown that
Yeah,
American
man.
owners
So Jeremiah Bully in the mud.
great owners. So I just want to say that I'm trying to.
So to hold on, sorry to interrupt real quick, but Mr. Football News was sitting in the back. I need evidence that you're wearing pants.
Yeah. Well. Anyways, so I came on just to talk shit to Scott, and then also I'm a happy clapper. I'm clapping happy that Wrexham won promotion. I heard, I saw something about Spurs played today, so I heard about it, I guess, but I don't know anything about Spurs anymore. So I don't know, but I just decided to come on because I noticed that you guys also lack some diversity on your panel ever since I haven't been coming on anymore. I mean, you're talking about dicks and assholes and pussy. I mean, I don't know what's up.
No, it's just my favorite comment from since you called me a dick for the I've embraced my dickness, and now and I've really enjoyed that Team America comment, or because I think it's true. I really do. I think it's a good bit of philosophy that Team America speech.
Yeah. I don't know anything about Spurs anymore. I'm with a winning team, Wrexham. But the only thing I will say for all you Conte,
you fucking sellout.
Yeah, you Conte, you Conte out people. I will say this. So Conte we have never conceded more than 4 goals under Conte. Never. And no, we have never had more than a 3-goal deficit under Conte. So
it's true.
All of you who keep saying, "Oh, you don't know if it was going to be as bad under, Conte. Maybe it would have been worse. We would have lost the game anyways if Conte was in the manager seat." No, we have never conceded more goals than 4 goals under Conte. Conte brought us from 9th to 4th. He left us in 4th, and there's been a downslide ever since. So I look forward to the end of the season where Spurs ends up. It'll be a great laugh. We'll see how it goes, but I'm just spitting some facts. I'm just spitting some facts out there. That's all. From a
facts.
From a Wrexham fan.
I'm a Wrexham fan, but we got a guest in the back. I'm gonna have to keep my thing on there. Mr. Football News, welcome to the show. If you flash your dingle donger, I'm gonna block you. But welcome to the show. Hello. All right. He sat back there for a while too. I guess maybe he planned on showing his dingle donger.
Maybe. Will he ain't got the minerals?
He ain't got the minerals.
Yeah.
Minerals. I guess. You know that guy. Like, I don't know if you guys remember it. I don't even know why we're talking about it. Q brought it up. But you remember that guy who flashed his junk on Tove's channel? Like, you got to be embarrassed, dude, because he was like,
no.
It was all balls and no twigs, dude. Just saying.
Can I ask a question? Sorry. And I don't mean to go back to the Canadian thing, but Scott, you made a comment earlier that you don't consider Ryan Reynolds a real Canadian. Who do you consider a real Canadian?
Real Canadians for Canadians are ones that stay in Canada. The ones that expat to the US to make money because, they don't, it's hard to make money in Canada. Right. They don't like them guys. So
I would consider him a good. I would consider him a good
Yeah,
representation.
I like Ryan Reynolds. One of my favorite comedians. You know, the Van Wilder series when I was growing up.
Hilarious.
Great.
Hilarious.
That's how I used to, you know, I got into wearing a suit jacket with a t-shirt. It was all from Van Wilder.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
mean, you need Ryan Reynolds at Spurs, don't you, Will? Right?
Yeah, we do. I would love to, if Ryan Reynolds I would love Ryan Reynolds to be the owner of Tottenham. He can't afford Tottenham, but
I'd take the CEO of Brighton. He was Levy's number 2. He used to be Levy's number 2.
because they care, man. That's the thing. Those owners, they care about. Like, people can give crap about Americans and, well, we don't know much about football and this and everything, but it doesn't matter. They care. They learned, right? You know, Reynolds and what's his last name? Mick something?
Rob McElhenney.
McElhenney. He they learned. They learned the pieces, right? They got into it. They liked it. They bought a club. And they learned. Then they learned the culture. They learned the tradition, right? They're open. They want to do things to help the fans, to help the community, right? To make, and their goal is to win, right? It's not an investment for them to make money, right? Making money is a byproduct of it, sure. But the investment, it is a pride thing for Americans. That's what I've always said. Like Todd Bowley, but the reason why he's going hand over fist, he's an idiot. I agree, right? He's dumb. But he's going hand over fist and spending and buying and do what he can because he wants to win. That's his desire. He's not worried about being self-sustainable, obviously, right? He wants to win, right? The Cronkies, for as horrible people as they are, they want to win, right?
Anyways, okay, I'm gonna go. you got some people in the chat who clearly don't know what I'm talking about or my jokes. So yeah, I am a Spurs fan. It's very unfortunate. There is definitely this. I got fed up with Spurs. I'm talking about Wrexham because
We like talking about Wrexham. I like Wrexham. It's okay.
I need to talk about a club that not only has great spirit and fans around it in a unified way, but also a club where owners actually invest and care about the fans, care about the club, and don't contradict themselves, actually keep their fucking promises. So Wrexham is that club. Spurs, I don't know who the fuck Spurs are, but they are not that club. Okay? So anyways, I'm gonna go.
All right, but don't worry about the haters. You got to just say, fuck you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Love you guys.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Love you, Q. Bye-bye. I will. I'm going to go as well. I'm falling asleep. It's like 3:30.
It could be, TJ, you're a mod. Do you have a channel, right?
Yes, sir.
Throw your link in the chat.
Thank you, sir.
Right now, while we got people watching, make sure you guys go subscribe to TJ's channel over there. Arsenal fan. This is going to be the best time of the year to be watching Arsenal Fan TV because as we watch them capitulate and bottle the champion, the title, it's going to be a lot of good things. I hadn't watched AFTV in a long time, but boy, after Southampton, it was great. So the only thing we have to be happy and enjoy on the weekend, because it's certainly not football from Tottenham Hotspur, is to watch the Arsenal meltdown at the end of the season.
Troops. So. Yeah, that's true.
Troops.
The only person, yeah. Troops spoke truth.
Troops was good.
Truth.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Troops was
incredible. The rest of them are propaganda merchants for the club.
So
they don't speak the truth.
I got one last question before you head out, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Just one last question.
Oh my god.
One last question for you, so because this is an important one. So we found out after the match that Hugo Lloris, the reason why he refused to come out in the second half because of a bust up or a fight in the locker room. Should he not have his captaincy stripped today? Like to refuse, like getting in bust ups or whatever, that's fine. But to come out and to refuse to play, right, as a captain is unforgivable in my books.
Did he refuse to play, or was he told, right, you're not playing no more?
Well, it said he refused to come out. That was a statement that Alistair Gold put out. He refused to play the second half.
Alistair Gold, where did he say that, Will?
On Twitter earlier.
Have you got it? Bring it up.
But did he have like any proper evidence for that? It's just a speculation.
There was a bust up according to the brand envelopes.
So
I mean,
because I don't on Twitter, I only subscribe to like main accounts. I don't subscribe to weirdos. So
do you know what, man? This fucking club is the worst.
Oh man, that club will be the death of your heart. But Will,
dude,
like
2020, it's been like, do you know what? The last 30 years has been fucking awful, man. We had a couple of years of happiness in there, but other than that, it's just been shit.
It's just been dead. Still, do you watch AFTV after every single little defeat?
When they lose.
Yeah,
I mean, it's personal entertainment. I like watching expressions more when you guys lose. It's hilarious.
Exactly.
I don't even watch all of AFTV. I go back and look at the goals for the watch long to see how angry people get. And then I go and look at certain characters. So Troops, Lee Judges, that absolute, he must be an actor. What's his name? Julian.
Julian.
Yeah, I think he's an actor.
Yeah,
he must be an actor. He can't be real. And I
mean, Julian or Ty, who is worse?
Oh my god, that's a great question. Ty, because he talks shit. Julian's Julian's deluded. Ty just talks shit. He'll just.
I mean, at least Julian finds fugazi reasons.
Huh?
Julian at least finds fugazi reasons. They may not be right, but at least it's reason.
Julian's just deluded. He's just deluded.
Yeah, man, Julian is deluded anyway, but like the Troopers, the Lee Judges, those lot.
Have you found this tweet, or maybe he didn't
no,
say
I haven't found it from. I found it from Alistair Gold. Other people are saying it.
I saw that rumor earlier. That was why I was glad you brought it up.
It's just a rumor, in my opinion.
I'll tell you what I think happened, right? I'll tell you what I think happened. I reckon, and I'm only going by. Do you remember that time Hyunmin's son and Larice had that big bust up in the Amazon documentary when they were going down the tunnel? Mm-hmm. Right. Larice has got it in him. I reckon Larice has gone in the dressing room and fucking laid into people, and they've laid back into him.
Yeah, and laid back.
As the captain, he's probably it's not a good look on him, and I reckon he just probably told everyone to fuck off. And maybe he said something about the managers. Maybe he said something about the board, because there was a rumor that Levy went into the dressing room at half time. I reckon Larice crossed the line because he's broken now. Like, he's like us fans. I reckon he's snapped, and I reckon they've said to him, "You need to step out of this now." I reckon they pulled him out, and he's probably said, "Do you know what? You can fucking pull me out. I don't need this shit." I reckon something like that happened. That's what I reckon happened.
Then why do you think? Why are they blaming it? You think them blaming it on, because the latest release, which was 4 hours after the game, was that the club's calling it an
injury.
An injury, but they're also lying too, because like he even asked this. Stellini even asked this, or he gets asked. It looked like Daniel Levy went into the dressing room after the game. Did he speak to you and the players afterwards? I didn't see him. Like, you walk in and it's the dressing room. Like, my parents have taken the tour, right? Like, there is no way you can't see someone that walks in.
Yeah, but you don't say. You wouldn't say I didn't see him. You'd say no, he didn't come in.
Yeah. So I didn't see him.
Because he knows he can't lie. So rather than saying no, he didn't come in, he knows he came in, so he'll just say, I didn't see him. He's not saying that he wasn't there. He's just saying, I never saw him. They're all fucking lying. They're all lying. They've clearly had a massive bust up in the dressing room. There's been a big tear up between all of them.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So if we don't believe the injury, that's what I'm saying. So if we don't believe the injury thing, right?
Shit, man. He's not
Okay, then and if he refused to play, should he have his captaincy stripped? Yes or no?
I don't think
Yes.
he's refusing to play.
Yes.
I think he's been pulled out, Will. I think he's been pulled out.
out by Scalidi
Yeah.
for Foster.
If he's not going to play for Tottenham anymore, then yes, he should have it taken away, but not because.
Exactly.
Okay, do you know what? Let me just answer your question. If you're saying he's refusing to play, then yes, his captaincy has to be stripped.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it was his choice, like regardless of the reason why, like he may have been right in why getting mad, right? Like if he was going and cutting in on Dyer and Romero and Porro and cussing and trying to fight people in the dressing room, that's fine. That doesn't bother me. Him refusing to play, like if he's like, you know what? If you guys don't want to take it serious, fuck you. I'm not playing with you guys. Right? He should lose the armband immediately, because that's not the mentality of a leader. That's the mentality of a quitter. I'm going to take my ball and go home. Right?
They should send him home if he does that. Don't just stop at the captaincy. You got to send him home. And let's be honest, guys. If you guys are looking to move forward, this has to be Lloris's last season with the club, right? Has to be.
Exactly.
I don't even disagree. I don't even disagree with this.
Yeah, I don't disagree either.
The thing is, if you take the captaincy off of him, after what we saw today, what player on that pitch says to you, "Yeah, I'll be the captain"?
Harry Kane scored the goal. Still, Harry Kane, he scored.
Kane, other than the goal,
Kane will take it. Kane will take it.
Yeah, he's no captain. Kane's no captain.
No, but he'll take it. What I'm saying, I'd rather have at least Harry Kane. Is a bit of a. He's a very positive guy. Like he may not be the hardcore captain that we all want and dream, right? But he would never. He always claps the fans after a game. Even today, like he was one of the only players that went to the away stand of the people that were left and clapped him, right? So at least there you have somebody who respects the fans, right? Who gives 100% effort all the time, except for when he doesn't get his move, and then,
Great captain.
Yeah. Why not Son?
It's better than a guy who doesn't want to play.
Why not Son? Son also captains the South Korean team.
No,
why not him?
No, none of them should be captain.
Too soft. I mean, Son's not soft. He gets mad.
I reckon we should think outside the box and be the only team in the league without a captain. We don't need one. There's no rule that you must have a captain, right? We're going rogue.
Yeah, no captain.
No captain. We don't.
And what about last question? What about Pedro Porro? Why do you think that the hate that he's getting today is justified?
No, because he's joined us at a disastrous time. Do you know what? On Friday, we were having this discussion because people were saying, Alfie Devine should get a chance and get some academy players and throw them in. And I remember I was saying to people, look, if there's one thing I know, it's youth football and development of young players into the men's game. You do not want to put a young player in this environment right now. This is catastrophic for turning a boy into a man. This is not the way to do it. Maybe back in the 80s, sink or swim from the deep end. The world's not like that now. If you go and start putting in players into this situation, what you're basically saying is the only reason I'm going to play you is because the people you look up to are shit. So I'm going to put you in the deep end. Can you save the club, please? Which is what happened to Pape Sarr today. Look what happened to Pape Sarr. We wrecked him today. I don't want to see that happen to Alfie Devine. I don't want to see that happen to Charlie Sawyers. I don't want to see that happen to any young player at Spurs. I'd rather young players get integrated into a positive environment or in an environment where we're going to be patient. There's no patience now because it's a disaster. So I'm against bringing in any youngsters this season because I just think it's going to do them damage. I don't think the environment damage. I've been doing this for 11 years, and I tell you what, the most important thing to develop a young player is, well, other than really good coaching, is two other things: the right environment and patience. And we don't have these two. Forget
and we need that still, but still, to be fair,
bring in a youngster.
I mean,
That
that's not the point. That's the point, Elias, and still, but still, my little rebuttal is, aren't those players professional footballers that get paid mega money? You know what I mean? Age doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Still, you die to play on that Spurs pitch for like £1. They're multimillionaires. Why should you feel sorry for them still?
I don't feel
Those
sorry
kids.
for the kids. The kids aren't multimillionaires. The kids earn like £10,000 a month. Some of them are £1,000 a month.
We
They're
got
not
But that's
we got
but that's much money.
Yeah, but
We got-
dude, just because you earn money. Sorry, well, so I just want to answer what Minna was saying. Just because you earn money, that doesn't mean that your development should be damaged just because you earn money, right? If they were grown ups, I'd say yeah, it's different because you've established yourself as a first team adult football player. But this is a point of where you're developing a boy into a man in the sport. You need the right environment. I'm telling you, I've been doing it so long now. I've seen the ones that make it and the ones that don't. And 9 times out of 10, it's the one that's got the positive environment around them. The parents are on board. The coaches are on board. The player listens to what he's been told. There's adults around that can help carry and raise that younger player. Right now, you show me one adult that fucking helped Pape Sarr today. Show me one adult that did him any favors today. I didn't see it.
we
He's
got
supposed to be talented, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's not an established adult football player, dude. He's got talent, which is why he's in the squad. But why doesn't he start every single week? Because he's not an adult yet. That level of player that can handle the pressure, that can handle the big moments, that can grab a game by the scruff of the neck and take control. He's not that player yet. He hasn't developed into that yet. Look at when Saka and Emil Smith-Rowe broke through at Arsenal. They were good, but they weren't wow. Look at them now, though. Much different level.
Smith Rowe, not so much.
Smith Rowe isn't even getting a sniff, but Saka, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Smith-Rowe
is because of injuries.
Smith-Rowe got injury, and 2, how players like Vieira come on the pitch ahead of Smith-Rowe is beyond me. That's what.
Well, that's just man. That's just.
I don't know why you guys sound. He's literally your guys' version of Brian Hill, man. Like, why did you? I don't know why you got him in the first place.
I can't stand Fabio Vieira. I want him loaned out to Gold's Gym.
That was one of the worst performances.
And then I want him loaned out to the Championship so they can teach him how to play English football. Like, I didn't know. Like, now we know. My good friend Matt, the Southern Gooner, said it perfectly. Now we know what 35 million buys you in Portugal.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. No, I can't stand Fabio Vieira. I don't want him anywhere near the first team. And the fact that he is getting starts above Emil Smith-Rowe, especially after how Smith-Rowe performed last season, is just an absolute crime. I think it's one of Arteta's biggest missteps. I really do.
Got a couple super chats here to read though. We got one from Dietrich Kane said, "I said it. Kulu is trash. You say everybody's trash. If he starts next season, bombs." And then we got one from Steve. Big up Steve, was on the watch along earlier today with $5 in. You need even guys. I'm sleepwalking around Walmart, dreaming about playing Barca, AC Milan, Opel, Nicosia, Red Star, Belgrade, PSG. What a turnaround.
Yeah, I envy you.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's the first time Newcastle. When was the last time Newcastle's been in the Champions League?
Yeah, man.
It's been a long freaking time. No, I think Newcastle's been in Champions League before, haven't they? Or what the competition?
2003.
A long time.
Yeah.
ago.
I think it's 2003, Will.
Going back to
Or
Keaton
2003.
days.
Under Bob Robson.
When they had Tito Asprilla up front.
Yeah, but we're gonna call it a night here on THFCRants. If you haven't,
it was under Bob Robson.
I thought you were saying about calling it a night. We're gonna call it a night here on I think it might be on a little bit of a delay. That's why. Call it a night here at THFCRants. If you haven't smashed the like already, make sure you do so. So TJ, what are you streaming next? What are you streaming? Or what do you do? Where can people find you? All that good stuff.
So TJ Warren TV, yeah, go over there and sub. I do Friday night shows, 9 p.m. UK, called the American Idiot Show. It's me and my friend Dal. We're just doing Premier League previews and storylines from the week. I'm also doing preview shows for Arsenal and post game shows. So if you want to come over and see an Arsenal fan cry after we draw to lower level teams, yep, exactly. Feel free to come over. Feel free to come on over. So smash that like. And again, Will, thanks for having me on.
Hey, welcome on anytime, man. Elias, when are you having your next Arsenal stream?
Arsenal stream. No, I'm planning to do a Chelsea one. I recently found a Chelsea kit as well in my brother's wardrobe.
Don't wear it, bro. Don't wear it.
Okay,
There's the rules in this. You know, like people don't want to wear Arsenal shirts for losing bets, right? Not even comedy. I don't even wear red shirts on stream that aren't even Arsenal, like red.
Yeah, man. Okay, I won't wear that again. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Bob. Sorry, Kuba. Okay, so I'll be doing my next stream on Wednesday night, I think in UK. I'm planning to have a Man United fan and discuss with him the game. I'm not confirmed with the timing yet, but it will be Wednesday night, which would be in 2 days' time. Yeah. So then we'll discuss with the game with them and then get them to laugh at me and all that shit nonsense. Yep.
Big up. Stelios, you streaming tomorrow?
Yep, 8:30 p.m. Our Monday night pod. It's our bread and butter show, and the title is "What a Disgrace."
What a disgrace! Did I have a better title tonight? Play a back four, they said.
That's good.
Bryce had a question for me.
Question for Elias: when he's streaming with Sava and Perchi next?
I just did one with Perchi last night at Tommy's show. You can go and watch that one. Yeah.
Good deal.
I think you were there. I thought I saw you there.
No, I wasn't there.
I don't know. I'm telling Bryce.
Oh, Bryce, he was there. That's probably why he's asking. Because he was there, that's why he's asking.
Yeah, but I don't think I'll be doing stream with Sava anytime soon.
I'm sure Iggy
Probably not.
doing a morning breakfast show as well.
Yep.
Morning Tottenham away.
So Tottenham away 2 is where those are going to go until we get 4,000 watch hours, right? So I'm sure we're getting close to that by now.
The podcast will be on this channel.
Yep, podcast over here on Tottenham away. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button and sharing. And super thanks after the show if you like it. Grab a membership. We don't have to be live for you to be join a membership. You can do it at any time. Just go to the channel page and hit join, become a member. 99 cents a month, man. Probably one of the cheapest memberships on YouTube. Get you mod perms and all kinds of fun stuff, which I owe people in the chat. I'll go back through and fix it later and mod up the new members. I forgot to do it while I was live.
I'm not a mod yet.
Big up all the super.
You got to be in the chat when I mod you, so so you got to be typing in the chat. But yeah, I will mod people up when I go back through the live chat after the show. I can find people who are members and are green instead of blue. I will mod you guys up. That's one of the benefits of becoming a member here. You get to be a mod. Although if you do abuse that, you will lose that as well. But yeah. My next game will be live after is it Man United or Liverpool first? Man United
United on Thursday. That's going to be one toxic game, man.
Yep. So Thursday night, the game for us here in the US ends at 5 p.m. We'll probably be going live probably around the same time, 8:30 p.m., maybe 9 p.m. Eastern time. Just check. Make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you'll know beforehand when we're going live. So starting to lose my voice. And we'll see ya on the next one. Stay strong. Stay Spurs. We'll see you guys. When,
Leave you out.
Celius?
Enoch out. Tomorrow.
When are we going to see him?
8:30 p.m. UK time.
No.
Dietrich has a question.
When are we going to see him?
Who?
He's asking something.
Screw Dietrich. When are we going to see him?
This has gone over my head. I'm not at all.
You watch my show? Like, I have a specific order. Stay strong, stay Spurs, and we'll see you.
I can't remember.
On
It's not
on
rocket
Friday
science.
morning for
No, it's freaking next time.